You're listening to Drive Delhi with Melbin.
Radio 1.
That was the Cranberries with Zombie, and we've got Mr. Harshveer Saluja in the studio with me, and he may have been a zombie post a 100k run, ultra marathon completed. And Harshveer is also a good friend. In fact, we were supposed to catch up for a drink a few weeks ago, but he refused, saying he's training. So I hope now you can drink, right, Harshveer?
No, I don't. But yeah, let's get a beer sometime for sure.
Let's get a beer sometime for sure. Anyway, welcome to the studios.
Thank you so much.
Radio 1, 94.3. Good to see you, man. And tell us, it's been an amazing month, I guess. You've been training for a while, more than a month.
Yeah, I've been training for 3 months now.
3 months now.
The race that I just did was a 100k race.
Right.
And just to train for that race, I had to run 750 kilometers for training, apart from my strength training and cross training that also went along.
Right. All right, that's quite phenomenal. And just tell us about this run. It's called the
Zendurance 100k.
Yeah, the Zendurance 100k, and it happened quite up there, didn't it?
Yeah, so it was in Ladakh, and we went up to the highest motorable road at Khardungla Pass, which is 18,380 feet.
Right.
And we started at 3 a.m. 5 kilometers before Khardungla top.
Okay.
And, it was amazing cutting through the darkness and getting to the start point.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get there, it starts snowing.
Right.
We were already scared.
Yeah.
Doing 100k at that height, thinking about oxygen.
Right.
And our cars being loaded up with oxygen cylinders before we were shuttled there. But
right. And you also had to run a little bit with a blanket on, didn't you?
Yeah. So luckily, I had an emergency blanket with me because I wasn't prepared for snow in the month of July.
Right.
And, I pulled out the emergency blanket, put it on myself so that, my jacket and my T-shirt wouldn't get wet.
Right.
And, there we were, three of us, in fact, three of the runners, walking through darkness with our headlamps, snowing like crazy, and, walking up towards Khardungla.
Right.
It took us about an hour to get to Khardungla top.
All right.
And once we turned around, we realized that the road was now covered with snow. And we were sort of sliding our way down to South Pulu.
All right. And tell me, how many people attempted this run?
So 3 of us did.
Okay.
And 2 of us managed to finish the race.
All right. Not bad. So they chose the right 3, didn't they? Well, pretty exclusive. 100 kilometers. I don't think there'll be too many takers for that. So, we have to find out more from Harshveer Saluja. It's all happening right here on Drive Delhi. I mean, I really want to find out how you end up preparing for something as huge and massive as this. So that's what's coming up. Stay tuned. Lots more music. In fact, Nico and Vince with Am I Wrong?
You're listening to Drive Delhi with Melbin.
Radio 1.
Yeah, Nico and Vince there with Am I Wrong? And I still have Harshveer Saluja with me, who just completed a 100k run, ultra marathon. And Harshveer, you just have to tell us, I mean, how does one prepare for something like this? I mean, what do you do? Where do you start?
So I think the first thing is to be just mentally prepared.
Right.
Always sign up for a race and you have a target.
Okay.
Get down there when you're running. Try running a little more than last week.
Mm-hmm.
Keep increasing your mileage. Also, to go to the gym, get some professional tips on how to strengthen your muscles.
Okay.
And eat a lot of food, man.
Eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
You need that. You need.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what about? Okay. When did you take running so seriously? When did that happen for you?
So
what point of your life?
Yeah, this happened 6 years back when I was in Bombay.
Okay.
And I remember just coming for college to Bombay and not being able to find places to go and play.
Okay.
Or the people.
Yeah, there's no space there. Yeah.
There's no space there. Yeah.
Right.
So I found this park which is in Bandra Carter Road called Joggers Park.
Okay.
Signed up for a half marathon with a friend of mine.
All right.
Who promised to train me.
Okay.
And just in a month's time, I could finish the half marathon.
Okay.
And this is after being a guy who in school couldn't do a 7k cross country without huffing and puffing and cursing the world.
Right. So that's when it happened 6 years ago, and it's been going strong ever since. You've been doing stuff on a regular basis.
Yeah. So,
challenging stuff.
Yeah. Actually, when I started doing half marathons, I was very happy and content. I thought I was on top of the world.
Okay.
But I met some fantastic bunch of people who selected me as an ambassador from India to run across the Thar Desert.
All right.
And in 2011, when I just turned 22 years old, we ran from Jodhpur to Jaisalmer, which is 270k in 7 days. So we tried to do a marathon every day for 7 days. And ever since then, it's been an uphill journey.
All right, it's been an uphill journey in a good way. Well, you just completed 100k. Tell us about the feeling. Well, I'm pretty sure it's crazy. You were almost in tears. We know that, and there was so much joy. But what was the feeling like the minute you knew that, all right, this has been completed, it's done, and you've actually done something that people can actually talk about?
So I remember when I did my 83k, when I finished 83 kilometers of my run, and I was in absolute pain. My shins were hurting, my stomach was bloating up, and I couldn't breathe properly.
Right.
And I told everybody around me, I'm never signing up for 100k ever in my life again. This is torture.
All right.
But I also remember wanting to give up at a lot of points during the race.
Right.
But once I finished and once the feeling sunk in, I've only been looking for a tougher race ever since that day.
Wow, so you are going to sign up for one more?
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Not 100, but maybe 160 next time, 100 miler.
All right, wow, all right. So, more to come, and well, stay tuned. We have more with Harshveer Singh. It's all right here on Drive Delhi, and MKTO coming up in a bit. Well, that was MKTO with Classic, and we still have Harshveer Singh in the studio, who is Superman now. So 100k, Harshveer. All right, I just wanna just a few tips maybe to people who wanna start doing this. So people who generally run, a lot of people when they start out, I mean even me for that matter, I started just running just to keep fit, not to do a marathon or anything like that. But then for some reason I'm stuck at I just can't do more than 3k. It's just not possible.
The first thing I would recommend is sign up for a 5k. So
right.
That's your goal.
Okay.
Give it a time of about a month.
Take baby steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, every day go out there. Try pushing yourself a little more than last week.
Right.
And increase your mileage, and you'll definitely get there. And once you sign up for a 5k and finish, I can bet you're going to sign up for a 10k.
All right.
And then a 21, and who knows, maybe next year you're doing 100 there at Ladakh.
All right, so what you're saying is you got to fix that target, and once that target is there, then you would do pretty much anything to get
That's
there.
Right.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, fine. All right, so Harshveer, also you mentioned something about when it comes to ultra marathons as a sport, it's something that not too many youngsters take to.
Yeah, so world over ultra marathon is done by people who are mainly above 35 years of age, and the reason is because they've done a lot of shorter races.
Okay.
They've worked on their body. Their organs are much more matured.
Okay.
They're mentally more prepared for situations where you may probably go down, but you have to bounce back and still get to the end line.
Okay.
And I did my first, like I mentioned, running across Thar at the age of 22.
Right.
And that's where I got the inspiration from, and I decided that I must keep signing up for races. So at the age of 24, when I sign up for races, it's very difficult to find somebody of my age doing a 100k or an ultra marathon in India.
Which is quite surprising, because I would think that fitness levels reduce once you get older, but you're saying that for some reason it actually works.
It works, yeah.
Okay.
So most of the biggest names in ultra marathon running today are guys who are in their 40s.
Okay.
And that's when you actually peak. So anybody who's out there sitting on the couch thinking, I'm 40 years old and I can't do anything like this, this is the right time.
Okay,
this is the time you need to move, and you're going to get there. Actually, the oldest marathon runner in the world, Harshveer Singh, is 101 years old today.
Wow. All right. Okay.
So that's there is no limit to it. You can keep doing it.
All right. It is never late. Well, we have just a bit more to go with Harshveer Saluja. That's coming up. Stay tuned. More music on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Drive Delhi with Melbin.
Radio 1.
5 seconds of summer there with Don't Stop, and I still have Harshveer Saluja. And well, Harshveer, okay, we've been talking about running, how to do it, the way you've done it, how to train, all of that. But tell us, when it comes to your, maybe I can call it a career now. I mean, running for you has probably become a career now, yes?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
And, I'm looking forward to actually going down to a lot of corporates and giving motivational talks to people of how to overcome challenges and,
all right. Lovely.
Getting through those situations. But yeah, having done a few ultra marathons, like I did one in January, which was 200 kilometers in Kerala, which was done over 5 days. It's called the Ultra India Race.
Okay.
It was another tough race because I was carrying my food for the day, and I had to cook my own food.
Right.
And it was a lot of planning because I had to make sure I was carrying 2,000 calories per day to intake.
Right.
And Kerala's got some steep hills, man.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm from there, and I would know. Yeah, they do.
So starting from Munnar and going to Kumbli, which is in the Periyar National Park. A beautiful run, but a very difficult race because your body was always starving for food.
Okay.
And in fact, last year I did a run in Himachal Pradesh, which was 310k over 8 days.
All right.
Starting from Kinnaur, Lahore, Spiti, and touching Kunzum Pass and back.
Okay.
And it was the same time, when it was snowing in June in Himachal.
Right.
And there were a lot of landslides, so I actually got airlifted out of Himachal Pradesh.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right.
And hoping for
That's an adventure in itself.
Yeah, it was extended vacation and an adventure.
All right.
And I'm looking to do another 100k in February, maybe in Rann of Kutch.
Okay.
In Salt Flats.
All right.
So yeah, some amazing locations to travel to, some amazing people to meet.
All right.
And a lot of stories to share.
All right, lovely. And tell us, you've done quite a few runs, quite a few races. I wouldn't call it a race, but which has been the toughest for you? Would it have to be this one because you did it non-stop?
Yeah, this was the toughest because of the weather conditions.
Okay.
It started snowing when we started the race at 3 a.m. Then it was raining, and then there was sunshine, which went up to 30 degrees.
Right.
I had some amazing people as my crew who helped me sail past through the finish line.
Okay.
But I have never dug so deep in my life to find energy when I was going through a very difficult situation. My stomach was continuously bloating, and I wasn't being able to drink or eat anything.
Right.
And there were several times that I wanted to give up.
Okay, but somehow
but thanks to these guys who were by my side, these bunch of crazy people who reminded me that I could pass through this.
Right.
And once I got to the finish line, I think I was in awe of these guys, and I couldn't just stop crying because of the sort of help they gave me during the race. So this was easily the toughest.
The toughest, all right.
But like I always say, you have to go through a low to find the highest point.
All right. Well, dude, I think you should be a motivational speaker. You should get going with that immediately. And thank you so much, Harshveer Saluja, for joining us in the studio. It's been an absolute pleasure. And finally, you can probably just tell us what next. I mean, you've just done something as huge as this. So what are you looking forward to next?
So like I said, 100k maybe through Rann of Kutch. And there are a lot of races which happen abroad. I want to do the North Face Challenge, which happens in about 8 countries. And that's a crazy race because you have 30 hours of cutoff time to do 100k, and they give you a map.
Okay.
And you need to figure out your own route from the start to the end.
Okay,
so that's going to be an adventure.
All right, so more to come from Harshveer, and once again, it's been an absolute pleasure, and all the best. And hope to talk to you again soon, as soon as you're done.
Thank you so much for having me.
One more. All right, well, that was Harshveer, and we've got a bit more coming up on Drive Delhi, the final hour.